Hi YouTube, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to The Root Trees Are Dead. This is one of the most highly requested games that my viewers have sent me and told me about. I've heard great things about this game, but I am going into it completely blind, so I know nothing about the story, nothing about the gameplay, so I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm ready to solve a mystery. I hope you are too. Let's get into it. Oh, there's a second unlockable one after we finish this one if we want to do that. Ooh. Okay, Windows 95. I'm ready. Okay, love. December 6th, 1998.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash.
1998
On
babies.
board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
They said the title. Okay, knock, knock, knock.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing
so
you've
glad
seen
it's
the
voice
news.
acted.
In addition to dealing with the grief, the
I did
Roottrees
not want to
company's
have to
lawyers
read
are scrambling.
all of the dialogue.
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy
Not
genie,
instant
as it
ban.
were. I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and
just
I can
a
promise
baby.
you the job of a lifetime.
Okay, so we're immediately gonna take a test, which doesn't sound that fun to me. Okay, siblings are in birth order. Examine my evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Sleuth. Okay. One of them is married. The oldest sibling is married. Okay. Let's acquaint ourselves with all of these buttons. We've got family tree, evidence, PC, home, notebook, hints, currently playing music, and settings. Okay, so let's look at the evidence. Got milk picture. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees Sisters Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." Okay. That doesn't tell me anything. Good morning, seller. This list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. Okay, so, oh, boy, there's so many root trees. Okay. Men. So, probably the married Roottrees sister is going to have a different last name. Perhaps? Why does this one have a question mark on it? Okay, let's check out the internet. Oh, I love that sound. I love that sound. Dial up, baby. Spider search. You can create notes quickly by highlighting text with your mouse. Okay. Root tree. Okay, Carl Roottrees, who is president of the Roottrees Candy Company. Roottrees sisters. Okay. Highlight. I like that. I like this mechanic. This is good. So it's Raina, Riley, and Rose. Okay, sorry to be sorry to be mean, but I really hate the way that their names are spelled. Why did we have to go with the RH for Rose? Please give me a break. Okay. Modeling brand Root. Root is a pretty common word. Clothing. Here we go. Website is down. Clothing catalogs. Apparently Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984. Raina appeared on almost all of them. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed by her birth name, Carly Roottree. Okay. I accidentally got through 90% of the game without realizing I could use the highlight. That would make things difficult. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Starmew. Good to see you. Okie dokie. Let's go back here. Not me already forgetting. She's the oldest. Okay. Carly is the youngest, and Riley is the middle. Is that correct? Let's go back here. Oh, this is my notebook. Oh, Rose is the middle. Rose is the middle child. So switcheroo these guys. Carly. Kind of sucks that Carly's the only one that didn't get an RH name. Morning Blue. I do really like the soundtrack. Also, hi Ray. Good to see you too. Family tree evidence. Anybody wearing a wedding ring here? It looks like you. You must be the oldest. And we can confirm that later. Click on faces on your evidence tab. Oh. Okay. Cool. You, I'm guessing, are the oldest. You are married to TMS. Is there a TMS in here? Thomas Sheridan? Mayhaps? Let's go back to the internet. Common abbreviation for early 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. His first credited role as Tommy Sheridan was on a soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role on the sitcom Brother Trouble. Okay, Raina Roottree. After a short engagement, they married in 1997 when she was only 19 and he was 23. Okay. Can I not? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Highlight. And highlight. Because I think we need to figure out their ages as well. Oh, canopy bed. For your bedroom or for the guest room or what? I know. Where's the picture of the 90s teen heartthrob? Come on now. Okay. Thomas Sheridan. Now I have to figure out their occupations. Which, I mean, are they not like fashion designers? Is it as simple as that? You're making your bedroom fantasy themed. I love it. I love it. Okay, I guess we could look up each of them individually. That's not what I meant to do. Go back. Carly Roottree. Rose was originally born Carly Rose Roottree. Thanks for the 7-stream streak, Angela. Apparently her parents had planned to name a son Carl Roottree Jr., but after finding out they were having a second daughter, they called her Carly. Sometime in the early 90s, a now preteen Carly strongly expressed her dislike that her sisters had RH names and she was the odd one out. See? I told you that was going to be an issue. Okay, how about Riley? Riley. How did I literally forget her last name? Okay, we have this. Modeling careers. See, model. I feel like they're just models. Brenda, their mom is a fashion designer. So could we perhaps... Oh, wait. We were looking at Riley. She looks like the youngest, huh? If we're going based on context clues... Can I just say that they're all models? These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. Slay. Booyah.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet.
Fair.
Some folks refuse to get with the times.
But
Safe to say,
me,
you're hired.
I do.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The root trees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
Okay.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites,
Slay.
plus a list of notable root trees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now.
Excellent.
Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's bigger.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
What if we just turned on the porch light and revealed her identity? Do we not have a porch light? I'm asking the important questions. Okay. Okay. Only slightly overwhelming. Can I zoom out? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So this, I feel like we should start down here. I feel like, okay, their father is Carl, right? Carl Rootree. Once you verify this person, you'll be able to add bonus photos. And the mom is Brenda. Brenda White? Maybe? Let's look her up just to make sure. Yeah. A vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Rootree. The white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant in your search. That's so funny. Okay, so that for surezies is correct. Let's take a look at Carl. President of the Rootree Candy Company. Okay. As the head of our company, Carl is an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Feeling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. Oh, wait. What did that say? Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Who's his grandfather? I can search periodicals? What's that about? Huh. Wait, okay, whoa. This is different. Let's go back to spider search. Watchman of the Year. Okay, new periodical added business watch. Yeah, here we go. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that the two Roottrees have been featured as Watchman of the Year, Elias Rootree and Carl Rootree. So that is his great-grandfather, Elias Rootree. Printing. Founder and first president. You find what is essentially a propaganda site about him created by the Rootree Candy Company. Wife Gwyneth. Okay. Bess Williams. Oh, a book. Okay. Okay. Save that. Can we go to the library? Bess Williams. Oh, I need both. Okay. Family Man. The Rootree Legacy. Published in 1920. No downloadable version because the book is impossible to find these days. Okay. Got it. What's going on here? Oh, I can just... Okay, got it. Elias Rootree. Watchman of the Year in 1936. Okay, so where do I get all this printed stuff? Here, maybe? No, that's a clock. Are we in 2015 or 1998? I think 1998. Family Doku. Alphabet Davis. Okay. Do I have a printer somewhere? Okay, that's where the evidence is. Is it just added to evidence, perhaps? Oh, we have so much more in here as well. Easy to find online. Okay. I was doing a lot of independent snooping. This man is Elias Roottree. Here's a timeline. Oh, that's true. That was back in 2015. True. There are so many names, but I like how they break it up into smaller verification groups. Me too. It makes it a little bit more manageable. Elias and Gwyneth. Taken in 1909. Okay. Let's look up, learn about intuition. You've been in this line of work a long time, so long in fact, you've developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The number in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. Oh, the higher the number, the more there is to find. That's interesting. So there's a lot to find about this. I mean, that makes sense. 11, 6. Okay, cool. I like that. Jordan Luke TV, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, great-grandfather. This has got to be Elias then. Right? First, second. That makes it harder. We'll come back. Gwyneth. Either Madsen or Anderson. I see someone playing Root Trees, I click. Yes. Gwyneth Anderson. And first president. And he is the great-grandfather, right? Great-grandfather of Carl. Am I putting this in the right place? Carl, grandfather, great-grandfather. No. Oh, this makes so much more sense for him to be up here. Okay. Take all of this off. Erase, erase, erase. Erase. This makes so much more sense. Gwyneth Anderson. Elias. Roottree. President first. I can zoom in. Unknown occupation, so she has an occupation, which is interesting. Welcome back from the ads. Didn't mean to do that. Though the Root Tree Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife. Okay, so she didn't have an occupation other than housewife, which is still an occupation. Let me just be so clear. Unpaid labor, if you will. Okay, so now I need 3 more correct blood relatives before they will lock in. Gotcha. Top secret. What is that? You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. Oh, okay. So, I mean, first, second, third, fourth president, perhaps? Or just CEO. How many president? We have 5 options for president. Maybe I should go to the Root Tree Candy Company website. For reasons that aren't explained on this page, it has no CEO and no stockholders. Instead, it's run by a president with input and votes from extended family. The site does mention that every president has been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth, including Carl Roottree, who despite his death is listed as the current president. So he is president. Assuming 4th. How do we find his... Oh, we can look at some of these guys. Let's look for Gwyn Roottree. Just because that's the next one down. Gwyn Roottree. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. Not very well organized, the search is broken, individual pages, blah, blah, blah. Well-known actress, active in the 1950s. Highly publicized divorce. Granddaughter of Elias Roottree. Shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name. Oh. So, granddaughter of Elias. Okay, there's too much popping up here. How many kids did you have, Elias? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they had 5 kids. He might be the most recent as he just passed. Realistically, they probably haven't picked a new one. That's true. 5th. Well, how do we know granddaughter on which? We don't. That's the thing. We don't know. Oh, this is Gwyn. Oh, she's beautiful. She's giving Grace Kelly. She's giving Grace Kelly. Okay, notable root trees list in your evidence. She will be marked on the chart with a star. So perhaps... Yes, because it talked about her divorce. This is Gwyn. Actress. Actor. Oh, okay. We did it. These are correct and have been locked. You have also locked the following optional entry, Brenda White. So, something about Carl may not be correct. What is this about? I want to know about her spouse. Her father took her mother's name. So perhaps this is father, this is mother. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find info on her husband. Wild Bill Williams. They divorced before the birth of her second child. Okay. Grew up in Paris. Can we get his real name? What are my options for names here? Bill. Nothing. Williams. Okay. We know that he's male. Okay. Back to the internet. Fortune favors the grave. Maybe we should look that up. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. Crazy. Okay, who else can we... I like this. This is fun. Red root tree. How do you say that? Aloysius? Herring root tree, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. They stopped using actress for actor to help with gender equality many years ago. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool, I guess. Okay. Wasn't there a Jim also? Jim root tree? James is a singer. Duo with Diamond LaRue. Highlight. Hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. I like that there's a little, maybe red herring here. That's kind of funny. Okay, Lauren root tree. Author. Distant relative. Okay. I'm having so much trouble highlighting this. What the freak? Under her married name. Okay, can I look up your married name? Rafferty. Same stuff. Look at his name again. Oops. You're talking about Red? With the little fish? Miracle Jr. Not televangelist, please. Clergy watch. His wife Edith's sister in a disguise. Wait, what? According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed it was his wife, Edith's sister, in a disguise. The author also mentions that Edith had a bit of a checkered past herself, but doesn't clarify. What the fork? Don't trust televangelists. His middle name, too. Oh, herring. Yeah. That is funny. Okay, let's review our evidence. We need to look this up as well. Okay, Jim and Diamond. Rollin' On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Huh. That's interesting. The image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree could make disco so sweet." Credited Peter Janowicz. And Jim will be marked with a star as well. And we're looking for great grandson, which I think would be I think would be that man. This one. Because great-grandson, great-grandfather of Carl. Diamond LaRue. James. No singer. Musician. Can I add a photo here? Once you verify, you'll be able to add bonus photos. Okay. That feels right to me. Hi, Carmen. Good morning. Is that right? There are no other starred positions for a great-grandchild, so I think so. Who else do I have in here? Distant relative of the Roottree sisters. Edith. I need to look up Edith and I need to look up Peter. Edith Roottree? Okay, nothing. Nothing extra there. Modern Music Monthly. Okay. The Lucky LaRues. Wait, the LaRue sisters. Diamond and Jane have been touring with some famous faces. Okay, how about James Roottree? Or Jim? Here we go. Oh, this is so much. Okay. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were... Wait. Oh, this is an interview with Jim. Diamond and I were in C&J plus C&J plus J and D with my cousin and his ex. So C&J is Jay's cousin. Okay. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with Dad and me. So Clark is a cousin. And, oh, Jane. Okay. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. No more family band. Good luck shoveling. You can press play under the album cover to listen to the song. Sick! Maybe I will do that in a bit. Raffertoons. There is so much information. Clark Rafferty LaRue. Somebody else had the last name Rafferty. Wait. Jane. Lauren. Okay. Site about that. And then Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children, and when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down for the picture, he had the idea for the Super Bowl ad. I don't... No! Freak. Back. I need this for the names a little bit. And we've got more evidence. Oh, I see. Clark. Wife. Potentially Lauren? Katrina. Question mark. Okay. Can I go to the regular music? Because that's fun, but not what I want. Okay. Okay. So Carl is notable, Jim is notable, Lauren is notable. Lauren is notable. Wait. It is extensive. Also, welcome in, Nate. Good to see you. Yeah, we're solving a mystery, kind of. The mystery is basically putting together this entire family tree. This game is the definition of going down an internet rabbit hole. It really is. Okay, so I have 2 notable spots left to be filled, it seems. Who's been confirmed? It's not going to tell me. Does this tell me what's confirmed? So Carl's not. Is it because I don't have his picture? I am enjoying it, yeah. It's definitely, like, it's a lot, but it's, like, it's really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I also love the clacking sound. Carl Root Tree. Ooh, this may be the picture I was needing. Yeah. Carl! Did that... Okay, so maybe you are the 4th. Okay. Fine. I don't know why it won't... Is it because he's... No, he's not Carl Jr. How far am I into the game? This far. I have only confirmed 6 of the people. Gone so soon, I know. Hi, Jalen. Good morning. Welcome in. Yeah, there. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing here. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Appreciate it. Okay. Could be Carl something. Is there a second Carl in here? There's only one Carl root tree in my options. So that's not it. Is it still snowing? It's still snowing, you guys. Snowed in for days. Maybe someone else is the problem? Well, when it's confirmed, it is outlined in yellow. And everybody that's directly related to him seems to be in yellow so far. He's not, though, for some reason. And she isn't. So maybe they're in the wrong spot, but I don't think so because, Elias is his great-grandfather, and this is the great-grands, right? Because this is the kids, the grandkids, the great-grandkids, and the great-greats. Also think already confirmed doesn't lead to new confirmation. You only have those 2. You need another person. What did I put here? I haven't put anything here yet. And again, this is the grandkids. Maybe I put James in the wrong spot. She's in the right spot, which is helpful. Let's review this situation. Diamond and I were in C and J plus J and D with my cousin and his ex. Cousin Clark. Cousin of Jim is Clark. I don't think... Okay. Clark. Advertising? Well, this game was recommended to me by a lot of my viewers. So that's how I found this one, but it is it's often recommended to people who like the Nancy Drew point and click games, as well as I think the Paynes Creek Killings is a game that you could kind of call similar to this. But I did not find this myself.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Ooh, don't wish that on me.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s root tree reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Wow, that's a lot of new evidence. Okay.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Okay. Back to the board. So, we're gonna go through the spouses of Clark as well. The first one is Jane. Jane LaRue, right? Diamond and Jane are actually sisters. And then he got with Lauren. Or am I wrong about that? Because then he had... wait. Maybe they're still together. Go back. Take you out. Unknown. Put you here. Because they're still married. So he had 2 exes prior. Maybe this isn't Jane. Maybe this is Jane. I mean, these are optional, I suppose. So I'm going down a little bit of a rabbit hole, but I really want to get this right. Maybe I should look up Jane. Jane Del Vecchio. Talent for hire. The Lucky LaRues. Lauren Roottree. Married name. Because then these are the kiddos. Youngest, oldest. This is Katrina. She's just a child. Baby? Kid? She doesn't have an occupation. She's a child. Baby. Student, K through 12. I'm assuming also student K through 12, but we don't know her name. This is all unnecessary. Didn't Jane have a child? Red pepper hummus right now. Yes. I love hummus of all kinds. I love hummus. Might not have to go into work. That's nice. Unless you were hoping to go into work and then it's not nice. But I would assume that it's nice. Okay, we'll come back to that. I really, really don't need to be focusing that hard on the divorcees. Okay. Gwen and the boys. That's Gwen. To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. I don't know Ernie. Especially for Nicole's sake. Much love, Debbie. Okay, we don't know Debbie either. Holy, okay. That's a lot of people. Shiva or Sheva? I'm assuming that's Shiva. Seller, that's how I feel. I need money, but I love a snow day. Exactly. Also, good morning, Maggie. It's good to see you. Okay, big root tree reunion family photo. November. Bonnie next president, Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline. Oh my god, this is so many people. It's too many people. Oh man. Enjoy your lurk, Maggie. We'll come back to them. Vote for Stephanie Jones. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let her conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. So maybe he is CM. This is Stephanie. Let's look up Stephanie. Won her campaign. The Butler County Times. Stephanie Jones. Her mother, Caroline. She's a distant cousin of the Roottrees. Her mother, Caroline, a local artist, has often come out opposed to the corporation's policies regarding deforestation of indigenous trees to expand their maple farms. Marriage to local... Oh, so Caroline is probably the one that wrote the note. Marriage to local business owner Brian Jones. How about Caroline Roottree? No. Brian Jones. Athlete, not related. How do we... I'm good with any type of detective type mess. I love a good detective game. I grew up on the Nancy Drew games, and that's why I'm so nostalgic for them. They were like my introduction to the gaming world. So I will always have like a special place in my heart for that type of game. But it has expanded my horizons in so many ways because I have played a lot of detective games. Oh, there's more about him here. Interesting. Jones graphic and print. This is probably so unnecessary. Cake Befuddler, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome in. I got to the flyer hints very much in my playthrough. I like that you can do your research in a variety of orders. Me too. Wow, what even am I? The age-old question, huh? Miracle Network. We should look up Miracle Network also. Miracle's Root Tree. Elias and Gwyneth. Oh, mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. Holy shit. That's crazy. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems. But still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Root Tree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Okay, flyer in evidence. Okay. we'll save that. 3-stream streak. Woohoo! Okay, this is Miracle Jr. Miracle Jr. Blah blah blah. Miracle Root Tree. Miracle the Third and his wife Nicole, who are said to be the youth pastor. Oh my god. Okay. So this is Miracle the Third. This is Miracle Jr. We don't have a picture of Miracle Root Tree, who is the son, the youngest son of Gwyneth and Elias. And the youngest goes here. So, Miracle... Oh, wait. Miracle the Third and his wife Nicole. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. I'm tracking. This is Miracle Jr. because he is a notable... You are Miracle the Third, a youth pastor. Okay. Slay. Just kidding. We don't have... Okay, we've got Preacher. Is that the same? I guess. And then wife Nicole. Okay, we got 2 Nicoles. Nicole Madsen and Nicole Smith. Nothing relevant. How about Miracle Third? First layer shoveled. Nice. Okay, so that's not gonna help me. That's okay. Well, we can get our pictures figured out. World famous Miracle Jr. Okay. He's got a rainbow tie. Does that mean he's progressive? We can only hope, right? I guess they're all preachers, right? Thanks for the lurk, Aaron. Welcome in. Okay, these 3 entries are correct and have been locked. Yes. The miracle is trans rights. Yes, indeed. Okay. This is great. This is great. We're making progress. Miracle Jr. Miracle Root Tree Jr. I want to know about his wife's name. Okay, don't know his wife's name. That's fine. I think it's more of a god rainbow. That's that's so funny. Sorry. Okay, I do for some reason have a little red exclamation mark here. Is that just because I needed to look at this or what? Okay. So we've got all the notables except for Lauren, which helps because now we can for sure place Lauren Root Tree here. But that confuses me. Isn't his wife's name Lauren or Laura? Is it Laura? Laura. What was her? Not this. Laura Carlson? Okay, maybe we'll take her name off of this for now. Because that's obviously not correct. And this is Lauren Roottrees because she's the last notable one. And Lauren is an author. Distant relative of the Roottrees, known for her book A Life Between Wars, which we can look up at the public library. A Life Between Wars. It seems we've hit the jackpot here. Yeah. This is a book occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has a full page, high-quality pictures in it. A summary of the contents of the book. Dang, we're printing a lot. Photos as well as particularly relevant entries from the diary have been added to your evidence. Slay. Close that. Oh, who went to Paris a lot? We'll come back to that. The 5 pieces. Lauren's diary. This picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. So Lauren's dad. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle is in it. Miracle is in it also. Is that Miracle? We were told only the 5 pieces, which didn't really go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose, to stop the tantrums, they posed in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. I found out years later that they never took a second photo. Huh. Interesting. We'll come back to that. The next generation. Same warehouse. Same rainbow tie back there. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left. So that's Eli. Oh, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle. Okay, so Eli is one of these. Let everyone filter in behind and in front. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted that we include Sam, even though we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in. He's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottrees. Oh. Multiple notes. Is this perhaps Lauren? Since it's her diary entries. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. Left her to raise her son Clark alone. Never remarried and only had 1 child. I think that's Lauren. Okay. Oh, okay. 5 pieces, the first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. The next generation is Lauren's, the Free Spirits, is the generation after Lawrence. That's so interesting. Okay, is this you? Is this you, Queen? Jacob? What was his name? Me already forgetting. I didn't make a note. Jacob. Oh, that's right. And her married name was Rafferty, but she published... Yes, okay. That should be right. So I think we have all of the notables here. She only had one child. Her parents... I didn't make any notes. Her parents... Her mother's family was called the Cossels. So this would be her mother. Cossel? Sarah. Sarah Cossel. Let's look up Sarah. I'm so deep in this, you guys. This is fun. This is fun. 5 piece. 5 pieces. 5 pieces. Oh, a book. The Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Slay. Okay, what do we get? Also, there's more here. So we can come back to that. But that's oh, we just, okay, flip through it like that. Okay, got it. We'll come back to that because that's a little bit daunting to me. Vintage advertisement, 1928. Charles Lee. Apparently there are 5 things that we can learn from this. Huh. There was a time, I think around COVID, that I was bored and did an Ancestry.com thing. And I went down a huge rabbit hole trying to piece together my genealogy. It was fun. I did learn that I am, in fact, 100% white. None of us are shocked. Okay, who went to Paris often? Somebody went to Paris. Oh, gosh. Wasn't that James? Who was that? You? No. It was a man. What happens if I... Oh, I can delete notes. I should delete some notes because I feel a little bit overwhelmed with this. For the stuff we already know for sure, the things that we have already figured. It's just gonna help me to clean up some of this stuff. Okay. I think that is enough. Okay, who went to Paris? Gwen and the boys. Oh, we haven't looked up Ernie. We should. Ernie. Could it be Ernest? No. there are also a million bajillion a million bajillion names that we can get from these photos. How about Gwendolyn? Okay. Nothing. Bonnie. Whoa. Didn't know you could look at it this way. I want to look at this still. That was cool, though. I liked that. Guy Hudson. 1998, I believe. Here's something. So Guy Hudson was a president of Rootree. Fancy flavors. Nothing extra. Okay. So I didn't really learn anything from that. Gwyneth M. Gwendolyn. Eli M. What is M? Oh, that's the Morden? Gwyneth Morden? That's modern, actually. Good spelling, Lucy. Morden. Okay, that didn't help. Eli. Oh. Eli Morden. Am I making this up? What is the M for? Who is Sam? Is Sam the little guy? That little guy? Sam Rootree? How about Samuel? Nope. We're starting to hit a little bit of a dead end, it seems. But Miracle is... It seems that they might be related. I don't know who that lady is. Maybe we should go back to Lauren's stuff. Okay, an entry entitled Complaints, written in 1953. Gwen, who is on the notable Rootrees list. Oh, she was the actress. Actor. Gwen, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. Margot must be Gwen's mother. And is Margot going to be spouse or head of the house? Let's look up Margot. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Margolite. Sorry, didn't get your whole name. Margolite. Rootree. Nothing. There, yes, these are some interesting names. She gets to be in Starlet and tells tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first Rootree woman to be anything other than a housewife. That's a good clue. And I'm jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in the world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now though I am undoubtedly burdened by a terrible tragedy, I am lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. Okay. Dynasty. Clancy is a new name. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president. But that's what he gets for holding onto it for so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy, so with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the root tree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who was volunteered. So Clancy was the next president? Oh no, instead it ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Okay. Why? Please highlight the whole thing. Thank you. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always had very particular views when it came to his bloodline. That's going to be helpful. This entry is written Sam. Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree, so why is Sam special? Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. Okay. Interesting. Lots of information about Sam. Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18, and Danielle isn't much older. Okay. Stop. That's upsetting to me. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Oh, interesting. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Person of color, maybe? My first published book. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all. His sisters seem to be doing good at raising their twins. Okay. So we know that these are her cousins. I might already know that, but I need to just have it there just in case. Okay. Let's return to the tree. We've learned so many things. Okay, so her cousins, cousin, then we have cousins on this side who we haven't named yet. Did we? I thought we put Gwen on the board. Am I mistaken? Yes, indication of south stuff are used for POC for sure. Notable root trees. Yeah, Gwen is notable. Where did I put her? Oh, this is Gwen. I always forget that that is Gwen. And she's... What did I just put in here? She came out of the divorce with her head high. Clark's getting married. Danielle is his first wife. Danielle Franks. And we can take that off. Eli is Miracle's youngest. Eli. Oh! Oh, so there's multiple of these. Right, okay. That's... Zach is not a bad president. Zach is a cousin and a president. Does Zach... I don't think Zach has the last name. That's what I thought. Zachariah or Zach Wilson. Morden would make sense. Zachariah Morden, because we've heard that name before and haven't been able to use it. Okay. The other one was... Maybe Eli M because he's the son of Miracle. That's very possible. What was the other one I said? Wilson. I might not have. Might not have. Let's go back and check. I think I read all of this one. I read all of this. Whoops. Clicked twice. And I read all of this. Angie's older than Zach. I'm next oldest. Huh? I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. And I'm next oldest. So Clancy sucks. What's Clancy's name? Clancy Edward. We could look up Clancy. I don't know if I did that already. Dang, I'm hitting some dead ends. Angelica Morden, I would assume, is our Angie. Why can I not look up any of the Mordens? We got her mother's name. Oh, we slayed that sub goal. We'll be playing Scarlet Hollow in February, and we've already spun the mini viewer vote wheel. This is the game that we were playing because of the mini viewer vote. And then in February, when we begin a new month, we will have new sub goal rewards that we can work towards. Let's see. Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. Do we have a Patsy? We have Patricia Jones and Patricia Christensen. Good morning, Lynn. Good to see you. I guess it is almost afternoon, huh? Christensen. Patricia Christensen. Tiny Angelica. Okay. What was the other Patricia? God help me if I could ever remember these names. Patricia Jones. Okay, so this is the most relevant Patricia that we have. Steel Company, World War II history page. Copy. Both are mentioned in a book review for Steamy Correspondence by Tina Angelina. Historical letters with an erotic twist. Okay. Absolutely, why not? We might have some stuff about this in the Butler County Times, so let's check that out. Ooh. Matthias Christensen. The only name that looks familiar is Patricia, the third of his 4 children. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, how about... Nothing. Library. Tina Angelina. Printing steamy.pdf. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. One complaint that I have, I really wish these files would go in order of when I get them. Okay, here's Steamy Correspondence. Someone who goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who it is clear she had a romantic relationship with. Patch is thought by the book's author to have been Patricia Christensen. Okay. See, this is a thing I never found, but is referenced at the end of the game, so I need to play this again. I like that. I like that you can find, like, hidden things in this. Twisted Twin. Okay, that really didn't help me any, which is fine. Patsy. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Which is here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Firstborn son. But I don't know which of these. I assume it's Morden. And this would be president number 2. Came down to us next gens. Yeah. President. The second president. I don't know why I can't look him up. Maybe in the periodicals. Zachariah Morden. I spelled it wrong. Please help me God. Morden. Spelled it wrong. Zach Morden, son of James and Gwendolyn Morden, grandson of Elias Roottree, inheriting the candy company. Bingo. So, okay, you're getting in the way. So this is Gwendolyn and James Morden. Gwendolyn, I think, is going to be the main one. Maybe I can look up Gwendolyn here as well. Nothing. How about James? Okay. Shocking. Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that because I'm pretty sure we can get her picture, she's gonna be the big one. Let's, in fact, 3% silly. What a tragedy. Wow, okay. Let's go back and see if we can find her picture. Because I would imagine she's in one of the big family photos. Like this one. Because she's one of the 5 pieces. So she's one of them. They posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden. Maybe this is Zach. One of these is Gwendolyn. Right? It has to be. Gwendolyn is also in this photo. Large number of cursive signatures. Is this our person of color back here? She's really cute. Also, she's really cute. I feel like this is how I would have dressed in the 70s. Okay, I think one of these little ladies is our Gwendolyn. We're gonna go with this. Unknown occupation, I would assume housewife, based on the fact that she was the first to have a different occupation. I need a picture of him. What am I looking for? The next gens. So Zach is going to be in here. I would imagine he would be front and center if he's the president of the company, right? They insisted that, okay, so these are all of what's her name's brothers, Lauren's brothers. So she had all brothers. I think that this is Zach. For some reason, that's just like speaking to me. Who is his spouse? Who are his kids? Why don't we know any of this? Yes, you can check that off for sure. Okay, so this is all... These are all of her brothers. We can snap some photos. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that you're the oldest, you're next, and you're the youngest. That's how I'm feeling. So you're Carl's father. You're James's father. Who is this? Don't know. Gwen. What does this say? Don't forget. Family trees use surnames from birth, even. Yeah, okay. Always use a person's most recent application. Occupation. I can't read. What does this mean? Guardian. Oh, this mayhaps could be where the POC comes in. Potentially. What's going on with this section, I wonder? There's another book, I think, that we could have looked up. Oh, shoot. I hate that I forgot that. Gwen Rootree. Oh, she's the actress. Yeah. Gwen was the one that didn't make an appearance in this photo. Who is this? And this. This is Lauren. I feel like that's who that is. We'll get a better picture of him maybe later. Because obviously he's not a child anymore. Which, in that case... But this is the next gens. This is the Free Spirits. This is the 5-piece. Eli Jr. This is Pop, who is Lauren's father. Assuming. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? That is not what I wanted to do. Okay. I feel like I'm reaching a point where I'm getting stuck. I'm making a lot of guesses. Which is making this difficult. I mean, I suppose you're doing better than I would. Well, thank you. There was a Debbie that was mentioned at one point. I could look up Deborah Bean just for funsies. And maybe that'll get us some type of trail. Nope. Let me know if you need a hint. I might. I really, really might. List of names. Eloise. Stephanie. What about Kim? LaRue. Nothing. What if I... Nope. Just checking. Back here. Nicole Madsen, I think we tried. Oh, Jessica. Jessica might be the youngest. Not the youngest, this one. If we're going based on process of elimination there. We never looked up Daniel Franks. Which wouldn't have done us any good anyways. Christina. November was mentioned. Unimportant, I guess. November was what was written on the back of one of these photos. In a child's handwriting? November. Are you November? You're the only child in this photo. That's what I'm thinking, but... Maggie with the clutch, I know. This is so fun. I love this. I know it might look like I'm getting frustrated, but it's kind of like how I felt with the Paynes Creek killings. I feel like a real detective, and so the frustration feels kind of gratifying. I don't really know how to explain it, but it feels like it's worth it. Kellogg's. Clancy Edward. Miracle, miracle, miracle. Wolf fruit tree. What if we highlighted the whole line? Thank you so much. Okay, nothing. Clancy Edward. Clancy Edward root tree. Clansed. Elias's son and the Root Tree Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. So maybe not. We'll highlight that. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter. Blah, blah, blah. Representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. Each blood relative at birth. The actual numbers have never been fully disclosed. The root trees versus RR. Okay, let's look up the Clansed Trust. Yes, I agree. I will let you know, Maggie. I will. I think potentially I found a good thread to follow, so we will see. We will see. Because we know now that Clancy at least at one time, was a lawyer. And I believe Clancy was one of the five. One of the 5 piece. Okay, thanks, Maggie. Enjoy your snooze. Let's check out this photo again. Could this be Clancy? Or is Clancy in here? Clancy's not listed. We know that Sam is a part of this somewhere. This could be Sam. Although I do think it is Zachariah. Margot. Maybe Clancy is one of the next gens. Because Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. None of his sons would take over as president. Well, Clancy was a lawyer, so... Could this be Clancy? She wouldn't be calling her dad Clancy. Let's run it back to the list of names. Bonnie Hudson, did we look her up? Bonnie Hudson was listed in the photo. There is also a book that I have not looked up yet, and I know this. Also, who are these guys? Gwen and the boys. Gwen is her. There were some boys that frequented Paris. Might come home next year so we can meet her kids. Are these her kids? Gwen and the boys. Wishing you well from Paris. Couldn't make the reunion. These could be her children. Possibly. Because there are 2 of them here. We can add that extra photo. His wife, Edith. This is about Miracle Jr. So this is Edith something. Edith Jacobson. So we can take this out. We can also look up Clergy Watch. I don't think we did that. Maybe we did. Anyway, Edith Jacobson. Butler County Times. Edith Jacobson and an arrest. Okay. Also mentions Helen Roottree and Lucinda Jacobson. Edith and her sister were arrested for trespassing at the church. They were pretending to be church employees in an attempt to get into the room where the church houses their weekly tithings. They were caught by Helen Roottree, who was there at the time her husband Miracle was away preaching. So Helen is up top here. Helen Lennon, I would assume. Let's see if we can look her up. Nothing. Lucinda Jacobson is Edith's sister. Which is not going to be, I don't think, relevant to the family tree, but interesting nonetheless. Okay, so now we have this going on. Enjoy your lurk, Blue. Glad you've been able to hang out. I like this song. Let's go back. Okay, I think I've used this enough. Architects. We don't have any architects in the family yet. We know that this... Well, Clancy was a lawyer. We know that there's an architect. We know that there are preachers in the 5-piece. We've got the preachers covered. So who could be... Just thought I'd check. Okay. Granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer. Oh, so he is Clancy. Clancy Edward. So maybe one of her brothers is the other Clancy, because there is another Clancy Jr. That makes sense. Okay. We're trucking. We got it. We got it, baby. We're getting some more evidence. Yeah. And we got some extras, baby. Woo, 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 woo. I'm cooking. Goose is cooking. Booyah.
You're listening to
Ooh, radio. Okay.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Rootree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist
we have
about
that?
who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD
I think that
News.
we might
Again,
have that.
That's WRTD.
I think that we might have that in our evidence folder, actually. And we do have new evidence. Oh, this was the new. Yeah, okay, searching for WRTD. Investigative jazz. My favorite type of jazz. This most recent hour, they talked about picture taken from Carl's office. It's revealed there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. It was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it. So do we think the mysterious shadowy figure that has been giving us information is actually one of the Roottrees? It's a possibility. It is a possibility. Nobody in the family has come forward to say that they have it in their possession, but that doesn't mean that they don't have it in their possession. So that's the only bit. What is this? Nothing that I need. I don't think. Can I click on anything else around? Okay, interesting. What is this? Okay, I don't need any of this. Okay, so there is a Clancy Jr. I would imagine it would be this guy. The oldest of the brothers. I don't have really any reason to believe that other than that he is the firstborn son. So I would imagine that would be a good reason to pass down your first name. But that's all I know. Really. Charles Lee. Miracleberry. I could look up Miracleberry. Apparently there's stuff that we can learn from that ad, so let's give it a shot. Figures. 5 pieces. Inspired by our children. Oh! Oh. Yes. Okay. No, I get it. No, I get it, because there are, okay, for inspired by our children, G, E, C, E, and M. So the children of the 5 pieces. Or, no, they are the 5 pieces. So that's G, we have C, E, M. Cooking. She's cooking. So we need E. And M. There's another M? Is that what that means? So the youngest is Miracle. Oh, this goes in order as well. So there's probably going to be an Elias that is in the 5 pieces. M. Okay. Give me that picture again. This is Miracle. Miracle Berry, if you will. I think this is Gwendolyn. This is Clancy. And then we have a man and a woman. Starting with M and E. One of them is Eli Jr. This is Eli Jr. Would Eli Jr. I would assume that Eli Jr. would be here. Could he be the architect? Because we've already established that the women are the housewives. This is going to be M. Root tree. Margot? Oh, this is Margot. Oh, this is Margot. And that makes sense that she's blonde because her daughter's blonde. Okay. So we're doing some guessing. We're doing some guessing here. But I think that we've made some very educated guesses. Little Blue is laughing. Hi, Little Blue. That's my nephew, in case you're new here. Blue is my sister. Superlink, thanks so much for the resub. Thank you so much. Elias. Oh boy, I feel like I'm making some big assumptions. I'm shook that this hasn't been confirmed yet. Do I just need a photo? I feel like I need a better photo than that. He's so young in that picture. No, I know. Phone call? More evidence, please.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it, but I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed.
You are a root tree.
A root tree.
I knew it.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more. In person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
15? I can learn 6 things from this? I do think that this is November. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I'm actually gonna hydrate with my coffee. I know that's probably against the rules of hydration, but I make the rules around here. This is where Debbie came from. I knew I remembered Debbie. What religion uses the Shiva candle? Does anybody know that? Is that something that I can look up? I'm sure I could look it up if I could highlight the whole thing. Judaism, thank you. Thank you. She's talking about Brenda. Okay, up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. So Ernie and Debbie, I imagine, were married and had a daughter, Nicole. Where does Ernie fit into all of this? You're Elias. Who is Brenda? Brenda's here. Ernie and Debbie married and had one daughter, Nicole. They talk about the Clansid Trust. The work you three did together. As well as how Carl had carried on for him after taking over. So Ernie was probably the president prior. It is from Round Mountain. This is the Ouachita blend. This is the Ouachita blend, which is Nicaragua and Guatemala. And it's what we use for our espresso at the coffee shop, but I used it in my coffee pot this morning. They do ship. I think as long as you're in the US, they will ship. Okay, so I think Ernie was the president before Carl, so probably 5th, which I would imagine means that Ernie is older than Carl and is married to Debbie. What if this is Ernie? Married to Debbie, had a daughter, one daughter named Nicole. But we don't know about. Well, I guess we... Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm like really off on that. But that, for some reason, that is speaking to me. Maybe we should move on for now. Oh yeah, that's the Nicaragua, right? That's a good one. That's one of our staples, I think. I could look up patch. Nope. Pink Starburst is crazy. Yeah, it's a good one. This picture is so hard for me to decipher because there are so many of them. The free spirits. Ernie Jr. is a free spirit, which means Ernie is the next gen. Right? Because it's 5-piece next gen free spirits. So there's an Ernie Jr. and then Ernie. So I think that I'm right that there is an Ernie in this area. And I would imagine that this is Ernie. Madsen, though? Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Why would you be Madsen? You're Morden, not Madsen. Where does the Madsen name come in? That is confusing to me. It tastes like good coffee. Okay, freak. He's the one who has volunteered, but it ended up going to Zach. Angie's older than Zach. I forgot about that little detail. Does that mean that this is actually where Zach is supposed to be? Possibly. Maybe I should switch. Maybe I should switcheroo this ish. Which means that this is an Angie. Probably Angelica. That stuff tastes like coffee TM. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. And sometimes you just want coffee TM. 100%. I'm not sure about that. It was supposed to go to Clancy, but then it went to Zach. Angie is older, Angelica, I would imagine. Housewife? We're gonna make a wild guess and say that Angelica was a housewife. Do I have a photo? Maybe this is Angelica. Or this lady back here. But she's kind of giving her. But she hasn't been confirmed. Has the other one been confirmed? Yes. Is her photo wrong? Why did she not get confirmed? What? Apparently I can learn something from this. Boy, I sure don't know. I still can learn something from this. I think that I have already learned the thing. I can still learn something from this. Has a daughter, the first of 5 children, 4 more to follow, leading to Elias invents 5 pieces. Okay. Sorry, I'm being so quiet right now, but I am locked. Generally prefer a dark roast, so I don't usually get notes of something like papaya or pink starburst. Lots of chocolate smoke, sometimes cherries. I am a light to medium roast girly. I love a floral and fruity coffee. I thought about becoming a sommelier for a while, but it's a pretty tough field. I would imagine. That would be pretty cool. We never placed him. Thank you for the toot, bud. Good morning. Good afternoon, I should say. I never placed him anywhere. He is a red herring, but maybe we should check in on that. Appointed a judge and politician. Claimed to be related to the Root Tree Candy Company. But it came out, oh, okay, so he isn't actually related to them. So that doesn't matter. This VOD is going on YouTube. Of course. I'm also way less acquainted with wine tasting. Maybe I just need a more recent picture of her, but I don't understand. Maybe that just isn't her, but I don't understand why. One away from getting bingo. You can still get bingo. We have not ended the game. No, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you hurt your back. The fireplace from Treasure in the Royal Tower is such a vibe. Okay, we need to learn more about Caroline. We need to figure out what Gwendolyn looks like, I guess. Jim, we know. Clark and Carl, we know. This is really confusing to me. Could this be Gwendolyn? Oh, this is Eli. We got a whole name tag in there that says Eli. So that's helpful. He is giving showbiz. She looks potentially pregnant. I think that this is November. And I think that that is who is giving us all these clues. I might need a hint. If anybody has played this game and would like to advise me in some area, either for confirming Gwendolyn information or really anything else, if you wanted to push me towards something else. But I think that I'm stuck. So just let me know where you want me to drag and drop the screen. I'll kind of move around so that you can see some of the stuff that I've got. I could look at Gwen again and try to find her spouse, but that's not like a blood relative. We have looked up November, I think. No dice. Based on the article on missing things. Yeah, it did tell me. But I feel like I've already checked into all of this. As well as some papers and mail from his office. Mr. Goose is also gaming right now, and it's a very, very competitive game. So, if you hear some frustration in the background, that is what's happening. The website. WRTD. I mean, I looked at that. I thought... Someone close to the family. Alternate agenda. Root tree curse. Conspiracy website. 5 new deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents have died mysteriously. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but nobody was arrested. Then Ernie Madsen Jr. stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. Not the Mayan ruby skull. Okay, crystal skull. There's a lot of stuff here. I think it's Rivals that he's playing. I'm pretty sure. He when I fall off a cliff in Mario 64. Received an email from Chris Raff. Oh, Rafferty? Ernie Madsen actually had a heart condition. Okay. Thomas Overwood. There's so much that we can look up right here. Okay. This has given me, I think, a good thread to follow. So let's start with Thomas. Mr. Thomas. Okay, mysterious deaths and curses. One about the truth behind Spirit Cola. Spirit really stands for Satan's Plague is returning in 2000. And in the year 2000, anyone who has drunk Spirit Cola will die. Okay. Stock markets and the devil's numbers. Okay. Guy. 3 of the 5 presidents have died mysteriously. Okay. We're just going to highlight that for a second because that names 3 of the 5 presidents. Cracked open the champagne. Woo woo. Snow day. We can look up Mayan ruby skull. Symbol of death. To you, the blurry photo looks more like an egg than a skull. 4 corner simultaneous 4-day time cubes. Okay. Chris Rafferty, we need to look up. Operation R2 RT92. More conspiracy websites. Chemicals, unknown government, loophole in calendar. Okay, ingredient. Not addict people and induce mind control, please. Okay. How about Chris Rafferty? Where are my Raffertys? Christopher Hudson? I do have an email, that's true. Should I look that up? Oh, okay. Oh, odd collage called Cousins. Oh, shit, that's a lot of stuff. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose. So I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, Bethany, Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie, who is an only child. Okay. Why can I not highlight a long section? Okay. Okay. Me and my fiance. The first is a painting captioned "Me and my fiance Lulu." When we get married in May. Okay. Oh! We may be seeing that family member that was maybe... Okay. Yeah, this is not as helpful as I would have liked it to be. Perhaps you can extract them using an application on your PC. Pixpop. Oh. Oh! Oh! Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay. How interesting. Okay, that was maybe too much. What is wrong here? Do I need to make it... Oh. Zoom with your mouse wheel or left and right click. Do I need to make it smaller? I don't think so. Smaller makes it look real freaking weird. This... Chris is cousins of the Roottree sisters, so recent. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe this needs to be bigger. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Here we go. Something's still not quite right. What's happening with this? Okay. So there's one. Rotate. Stop. This is really interesting. I like this. Breaking up things that could have been monotonous to some and having like little almost mini game things like this is really nice. Oh, this. I was like, that's right. It is a sewing machine. I have only ever sewed one thing. I'm still learning. But I sewed a skirt a few months ago. And I'm teaching myself how to sew other things. Okay, this one looks significantly harder. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Help! I don't like that. Okay. Now it's almost February and I have not sewn once. I totally get it. You know, at least these are not difficult. They're not super, super hard. Just like a little bit hard. Oh, wait. Do this and then this and then this. Sick. Okay, so that's Davy, the swimmer, Bethany, yearbook picture, and Stephanie, the girlie in the flannel. Okay. So cousins. Hold on, we talked about third cousins, right? Use only my third cousins. So that is when... How does that work? Because your first cousins are your aunt and uncle's kids. Your second cousins are your second cousins are your parent, your second, same generation if not removed. Okay. Okay. So maybe Your parents' cousins' children. Yeah, I don't know. First cousins share grandparents, second cousins share great-grandparents, third cousins share the great-greats. Okay. Okay. So these are the first cousins of whoever this is. And we share grandparents. Great-grandparents, great-great. So maybe I'll follow that trail later on. That's wow, that is quite the interesting thing. Lulu. Lulu could be... No, that's not what I want. Luisa? Is that what the name was in the list of names? Luisa Garcia? Could be... I think so. I think that has to be Luisa. So it's Luisa and Chris Rafferty, which we don't know exactly where they are. Maybe I should write that down. Luisa Garcia and Chris Rafferty. Oh, we've got some third and fourth Davids. What were the other? Bethany Kellogg. Third cousin. Okay, that's gonna take me forever. Why are you not telling me the name of this person? Stephanie. Stephanie something. Stephanie Cattrall? Stephanie Landon? I think it's Stephanie Cattrall. I think the Stephanie Landon is the one that ran for office. A third cousin, only child. Probably David Kellogg the fourth is the third cousin. Older than Beth. Posted a chart in Discord of the like the way that third cousins work. Okay, let's see. Oh my god. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, so like the the child of your first cousin. Wait. No. I fear that that is going to break my brain. I fear that that is going to break my brain. Like I said, we will come back to that. I can't deal with that right now. Sam Control is someone that we have not looked. Sam? Wait. I need to start checking the periodicals more. Sam Control, double L. How about Butler County Times? I need more periodicals. High school science fair, inspired by her mother, Bonnie. Bonnie's daughter. Okay, so that's helpful. How about little Miss Stephanie? Nothing relevant. What if... Okay. Just thought I would check that. Maybe I should look at Gwendolyn in here. Because I've been having trouble finding Gwendolyn Morden. I've been having trouble finding stuff about her. Okay, that doesn't help me. Bonnie Hudson became Bonnie Kellogg. Probably David Kellogg is her husband. Did I already look him up here? I think I did. Worth a shot. Worth a shot. Okay, so Bonnie and David had 2 children, Bethany and Davy. Bonnie is pictured in a photo. This photo? Mm-mm. This photo. Right? Have I looked up Guy Hudson? Surely I have. Surely I have. Just maybe not in the periodicals. Okay, this feels new. Guy credits his mother and father, Angie and Christopher, providing his fiery due. Okay. Oh my gosh, what if I could highlight the entire line that I want? That would be great. Okay. Guy's uncle and current president, Zachariah, has decided to take an early retirement, blah, blah, blah. Now that our daughters have started families of their own, Clara, that's a new name. Oh, okay, that's gonna piss me off. That's actually gonna, oh my god, okay. It's actually gonna piss me off. Okay, so now we know that Zachariah married Clara Lansing and had daughters. Guy's uncle and current president, Angie and Christopher Hudson. Guy's uncle. This may not be her picture. Do we think that Guy is the oldest? This is probably Guy. And maybe Bonnie? Do we think that Bonnie married Guy? I mean, they are standing right next to each other. Right? So that's kind of a reasonable... Guy Hudson, Bonnie Hudson. So, Guy, next president, comes after second president, so he's number 3. Oh, good, I can't spell. Why does it keep opening to that picture? I need to be looking at this. You and you. That feels right. It's possible that he actually needs to be here, though. Maybe I should just try it just to see if that switches anything around. Because I don't know if... It makes more sense, though, if he's the oldest and he inherits it. So I think that I feel more comfortable with him being here. So then, yeah, his uncle had 2 daughters. Zachariah and Claire Lansing. How about Morgan? Okay. can't spell. Okay. Patricia. Oh. Did I get his wife's name wrong? I did. I put Bonnie here. Patricia Hudson. Patricia Jones. He and his wife had no children. So he doesn't go there. They go here. Okay, I was right to be sus about that. Patricia, potentially Patricia Jones, don't know. Why did I think why did I think his wife was Bonnie? Maybe Bonnie is his sister? Could this be... I mean, Bonnie Hudson. It would make sense that she was sister. Sister Bonnie. Go out on a limb here. Yeah. Yeah, I was right about that. Woo! I was right about his picture. I was right about Patricia Jones. So then this is Davy. And this is Bethany. This is David. Call the third. David. The fourth.
Nailed it!
Oh! Thank you for the nailed it. Scared me. Bethany Kellogg. Student. I don't know if they're still K through 12, but... Okay, we're still... Someone's still not right about this, and I don't know what's going on there. It's gotta be the picture, though. Right? It's gotta be. You're right. You're right. And then we've got a cousin that's an only child. We have several places where she could go. The Mordens had 2 daughters. So let's check out the names. Caroline? Caroline, I mean, that's the only... Right? They had 2 daughters. I'm not making that up. Now that our daughters have started families of their own, yeah. I feel like one of them has to be Caroline. Yeah, okay, we got this done. We got this figured out, I think. Got this. Got this. Chris and Louisa are somewhere. Got that. Maybe we should come back over here. I don't know. When did y'all have kids? Maybe this is Chris and... No. I don't think so. Well, maybe it is. No, because they're married. Okay. No. Chris and Louisa are married because could this... If anybody can give me a hint about why she is not getting confirmed, let me know. Gwendolyn is driving me crazy, and Angelica, I assume I just have the wrong picture of her. But if y'all have any ideas, let me know. Could this be Angelica? Red hair. Still confused about Gwendolyn, though. Like, what's going on with her? Can I search my notes? Where did I learn about Caroline? I'm really enjoying it, Paris. It's very nice, very fun. Where is Caroline mentioned? My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. It seems like Edward is the one that maybe brought home... What book am I reading? I just started Caucasia by Danzy Senna. It takes place in 1970s Boston during the Civil Rights Movement. And I'm literally like one chapter in, so I don't know anything about it right now, but it is listed as a dystopian novel. So I imagine it's going to take a turn. But it's good so far. I have no complaints. Apparently there's a lot I can learn from this. Caroline? Maybe this is Caroline? Could this be Caroline's daughter? List of names. Do I have any Joneses in the men? Brian Jones. I think I've already discovered that. So Brian and Stephanie Jones. Write that down. Related to Caroline Morden. I can still learn stuff from this, apparently. I don't know. Magazine Teen Blast? Maybe? Okay. Where is that? Extra photo of Raina. My grandpa was a college professor who taught lectures about history. That's good to know. He always told me that history was full of people from famous families who wasted their fame and fortune by taking it for granted. His older sister even wrote a book. Okay. So that tells us that one of Lauren's brothers was a professor. Okay, just for kicks, we're gonna add this. Who do we think? I mean, she said her grandfather, so it's gotta be you. You look like a professor. So, okay. Well, that did help. Apparently there's more we can learn from this as well. We could look up Brother Trouble. We could also look up TMS in Teen Blast. Thomas Sheridan. Ron is a distant relative of the Roottree sisters. Okay. Brother... So same article. Let's look up... I want to know Ron's last name. Ron Roottree. RR Productions. Robbie Roottree. Not Roxy was addicted to sniffing markers. Silver Screen Magazine. Rumors article. Oh. Convicted under the name Robert in a French court of law. So he's probably, yeah, he then fled to Paris, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Ron and Robert are probably the ones in the photo with Gwen in Paris. Don't blame nepotism. He gets results. Grew up in Paris with his once famous mother and his brother Robbie. So Ron's probably the older one. I need to go back and get her name. Penelope Tessa Green. Yep. Got it. Who's that? Jack. Watching one of his mother's charity sets. This is Penelope. She's looking rough. Probably Ron, probably Robbie. Penelope, this is her bonus photo. Ronald, if you will. Robert. Both actors? Is that what they were? Let's run it back. Computer. Oh, it wasn't, they weren't in the show. Creators. So what would that be? Like screenwriter? Or something? Director? What are my options here? Could be director. There we go. So yeah, director and screenwriter. I'm going way longer than I normally do for these, but I'm so locked in to this. And I'm so glad that I got him correct. That makes me feel so good. Okay. So you had a child. This Jack. 1994. This was in 1997. Jack and sibling. Oh, student. Sorry, not child. Baby. But don't know the name. Okay, we're slaying. Killing it. Okay, again I ask, what's going on with this? Why is her information not correct? I'm so confused about that. It's gotta be her picture. Joke-o'-lantern. The Laugh Lounge. Who is your wife? Elias Jr. Okay, what do I still have a lot of hints that are going on here. I could look up swashbuckle my heart. Swashbuckle my heart. Laura? It is Lauren. Okay, guess I can't look that up. Could be under Rafferty, that's true. Re-released as X Marks the Spot. Probably now by Lauren Roottrees. Revisiting the diary 10 years later. Ooh. Scandal. The death of Elias. Okay, this... Okay, that gives us tons of new stuff. Oh boy. Elias Roottrees had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud. Samantha Roottrees. Oh, so Sam is a woman. Not what I expected. Okay. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently, Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. T. Samantha Roottrees. Okay. Secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the root trees. Dang, Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of it, almost. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr., and they finally married in their 50s. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. Huh. Okay. This is... Okay. Clearly, I did not know about our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a root tree. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. And her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother. I'm so glad you got to hang out with us. I'll see you later. Spitting image of Patsy, jet black hair and green eyes. That feels like something... Okay, I swear to God, are y'all seeing this? It should not be this difficult to highlight a sentence. One sentence. I'm just trying to get one sentence. Gonna be the death of me. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did. Okay. Okay, let's... Okay, so Patsy is the one with the thick glasses. Sam is maybe in that picture as well. That's the next gen? Close. No, that's gonna be free spirits. My God, I wish these were in order. Like, why is the free spirits picture listed before the next gens? That doesn't make any sense. So this is, I would imagine, well, that may not be Patsy because her hair is not black. Her hair is not black. So actually, no. So I'm wrong about that. Back to this. Oh wait, I've already read this. Haven't I? Names? Is this where I was? Uncle Junior, Miracles Eli, or Eli C. Okay. So those are all different. Okay, Caroline, who is Elias's mother. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline, who is Elias's mother. Okay. Anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. That's what I figured. Edward Clancy Roottree. Okay, fun bonus. We read that one. This I think we have seen. Okay, so let's see if we can. Well, what's the other new piece of evidence? I've already seen this. Why are you telling me it's new? This one is new? I've read this one. I've read this one. Haven't I? Yeah. Why are you telling me this is new? We'll come back to it. Okay, so Caroline is the father of Elias. This is Samantha. Can I look up Samantha Roottree? Surely there's something about you. I would imagine because of the scandal. Shocking. Genuinely shocking. So what do I have? What's new? What's new? So you are an Eli. You are an Eli. And then there's an Eli C. Caroline, who is Elias's mother. You know, I've got to imagine that one of these is potentially Caroline or one of these. Because she has kids. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. Thanks, Carmen, for being here. Have a great rest of your day. You are a descendant of Samantha, I think. I would imagine so. But I just don't know on which side. But the glasses are certainly there. Samantha doesn't have the glasses. But you do. And you line up with all the cousins. So I'm just going to put you here for a second. And your name is Stephanie. And that would make these two Cottrells. Also, maybe this is Sam Cottrell. And then who married Sam? And we still don't know where Chris and Louisa go. Possibly here? Or here. I need to go back. how did I get... How did I get to this spot? The root tree curse. This. So maybe this. Do you think that this is Chris and Louisa? You want to see something? What would you like to see? Sorry, I missed that. And we probably will end pretty soon because I am coming up on the 4th hour and I did not mean to go this long. Gwendolyn? Yes, please help me with Gwendolyn. What's her issue? I know it's gotta be the photo. She's got the wrong last name? Oh! Oh my god. I'm sure that was driving some people crazy. I got her spot right. That slays. Okay, so that super rocks. That super rocks. I've been loving it. I've been loving it. It's been so much fun. I think we've made fantastic progress. But I do think that's going to be the end for today. So YouTube, thanks so much for being here. If you'd like to catch me live sometime, you can find me on Twitch. There's a link in the video description that you can click on to follow me over here and get notifications of when I go live, or you can continue watching the VODs here on YouTube by subscribing to this channel. And either way, no matter what you decide, I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.